Hey everybody, this is Brittany with the Homestead Trail. It is the middle of January here in Indiana, and I woke up to it being 62 degrees outside this morning, which I'm not complaining because it's going to fall back down to the 20s tonight, more typical for Indiana weather. But welcome to the Midwest, where the forecast is made up and the seasons don't matter. You literally have no idea what you're going to wake up to. So I'm taking advantage of the warm weather, even though it is torrential downpour. I'm sure you could probably hear the pitter batter in the background. I apologize for that. I'm using a microphone. Hopefully that helps. But since it's raining, but it's warm, I'm going to get this disaster of a greenhouse cleaned up. So I'm going to do this as kind of like a motivational cleaning video. I'm going to carry you guys along with me as I get this all sorted out. And as we're doing it, we're going to kind of talk through 2019 and our plans for 2020, talk about successes, talk about failures, and hopeful plans for the upcoming year. So hopefully this is motivating for you guys. I know that I've been getting seed catalogs in the mail, and so I'm super pumped for all the plans for spring 2020. But, it's too early still to really do anything other than projects like this. So come along with me and let's get stuff done. All right, so this is the disaster we have to deal with today. We use this greenhouse to start seeds early in early spring. And then once the last frost date passes, we're able to take everything out and put it out into the garden outside. So we did that last year, and after that, it gets pretty hot pretty quickly in here. So we pretty well switched this over to using it as just storage, and then we really never messed with it again the rest of the year. So as you can see, we have these ridiculous weeds growing in here, which I do not know how they did so well, because in the summer it gets up to like 130 degrees in this greenhouse because we keep everything closed up so no birds or butterflies or anything get trapped in here. And that, coupled with the fact that there's no water getting inside, I don't know how these dang weeds did so well, but we got to get rid of them. So that's what we're doing now. So let's talk about how our homestead did over the course of 2019. 2019 was one of our best years yet in a lot of different ways, but we also saw some pretty big failures during that time as well. So it was a lot of up and down, but overall it was a really good year for us. You've probably seen on our channel a couple of videos about the Pomeranian geese that we bought last spring, and they've worked out really well for us. We are down to 6. We've sold 4 so far. And just from selling those 4, we've actually come out even as far as their initial costs from the hatchery. So we haven't covered their feed costs yet, but we do have one more pair that we do have for sale right now. So once we get those sold, that should cover all of their feed costs from the past year. And then the remaining 4 we are going to keep. We decided to keep all of the buffs. And those we are going to breed this spring, and hopefully their goslings will continue to pay off their feed for the rest of the year. So hopefully those will be either a income producer for us or to at least come out free. And kind of on the same note, we also bred our blue laced red Wyandottes, and we sold several batches of chicks that we incubated and hatched out ourselves. And so just from the income from those chicks, we were able to have the chickens pay for all their feed for the year as well. So we came out even with the chicks. And we're hoping this year to expand on that and to hopefully get to the point where they are an income producer for us as well. As far as our garden went, last year was our biggest garden, and in a lot of ways I would say it's our best garden yet. We started our seeds using these new lights that we bought. They're LED lights. We got them off of Amazon. I might do a video on them. If you would be interested in that, let me know. But they worked really, really well for starting our seeds even earlier. So that was really nice. We got a huge head start from there. And then also, the one thing I was so excited about for our garden was having a massive pumpkin patch. And our pumpkin patch was awesome. Our porch looked so good in October. That was like the highlight of my year, was having a good pumpkin patch. So definitely going to try to make it even better this year. But the pumpkin patch was just amazing. Another thing I was so excited to get finished was the horse pastures. They are now completely done. We have a video on our setup on our channel as well. A quick update on Willadine, who was in that video. At the time, she was underweight, but now she is like 90% of where she needs to be. She is filled out beautifully and is doing really well. Probably in February or March, we're going to do an update video to show you guys how the sacrifice area has held up over the winter with 2 mares in it the entire time. All right, well, we are now weed free, which makes me very happy. My allergies are loving all that pollen everywhere. Oh, Lord. Look, that was all the weeds that were in this little greenhouse. Crazy. But I was able to pull up most of them by the roots, so hopefully they do not just immediately come back this spring. But now we need to organize. Side note, this thing here, it's called a garden tender. I got this from my grandpa, and this thing is so nice. After you till your garden, you can just run this through in between your rows, and it kicks under all the little, weeds, and it stirs up the soil, and it is so nice. We have 2 of these, and they are amazing. So if you ever see one of these, I don't know if they still make it, but they are so nice to have. So let's talk about all of our failures of 2019, because there were plenty of those. 2019 was a bad year for predator losses with our chickens. We had either a dog or a fox bust into a small coop that we had, an entire batch of eBay eggs that we had hatched out, and it killed every single one of those. That was a huge, huge loss. I was really upset about that for a long time. We had a coccidiosis outbreak. That was the first time we've ever had to deal with that. We also had a mink around Christmas time. Luckily that's been taken care of because mink can take out an entire flock in one night. I might do a video on that. But yeah, so those were rough, but luckily we haven't had any for a little while. For the garden, overall it went pretty well, but we did not get any beans or sunflowers because deer and or rabbits ate all of them. So that was a bummer, but I think we might put up a fence this year to hopefully deter that in the future. Also, I learned the hard way that whenever you're starting seeds, don't be cheap and try to use old potting mix. Just go ahead and buy the new stuff because otherwise your seeds will be severely stunted. Learned that the hard way. That put us back quite a bit. And I'm sure there were plenty of other ways that we epically failed over 2019, but I can't think of them now, and I'd rather talk about plans for the future anyways. So we have a lot of plans for 2020. We're hoping to make everything even bigger and better. Just a couple days ago, we received our new cabinet-style incubator in the mail, and I am so excited about that because it's really going to take our chicken breeding program to the next level. I've been using those styrofoam ones, which if you've seen any of my eBay egg videos, you know those things are just trash garbage. So I'm really excited to see how much more reliable it is. I'm going to do a video over the course of us doing our first hatch with it because it is a new incubator that I don't think there's a whole lot of reviews on, but I'm really hopeful that it's going to be awesome. All right, we are looking much better. Got everything all organized. You know we love our solo cups for starting seeds. And I put everything else outside. I'm going to let the rain rinse it off a little bit, get all that pollen off. But I think it's probably about as clean as it's going to get now. But all right, almost done. Look, it's so much better. Some other plans for 2020. We're probably going to get some more pigs. We might get goats. That's a question mark. Our bees are still alive. We just checked on them the other day. So hopefully in the spring, knock on wood if they make it that long, their hive will be strong enough that we can split them and end up with 2. And also we got stuff to tap maple trees. So that'll be our first time doing that. So we'll be doing that here soon. All right, guys, we are done. Everything is looking so much better, much more organized. It will not take me any time at all to grab what I need when it comes time to start my seeds. Much, much better. All right. right, everybody, that is today's video. Thank you so much for joining me as I got this job checked off my to-do list. Hopefully this was motivating for you to get something checked off of your to-do list as well. In the comments below, let me know, what are your goals for 2020? What's something new you're going to try? I love to read your guys' comments. And also, don't forget to subscribe. We've got lots of cool videos planned for 2020. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.